Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm running the show solo today, but we're going to draw one of my favorite all-time characters, the Grinch. So let's get ready.
Okay, so let's get our pencils ready. I'm going to start out in the middle of my page here, up towards the top. I'm just going to be using real light pressure and some basic shapes and kind of rough sketching in the Grinch and getting some of the basics figured out. And then I'll go through with my pencil and add some more detail into the drawing before we move on to inking and then coloring. So go ahead and get your pencil. I'm going to start in the middle of my page, kind of towards the top. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm working real light. He's got kind of a pear-shaped head, the top, and then his cheeks go way out before diving back in towards the neck area. And that's going to be his neck. Just using a line as a representation of how long it's going to be. Okay, and I'm going to have him, let's not forget his little tuft of hair at the top. That kind of goes like that. His nose is small. It sits up here in the middle of his face. It's a little triangle, almost like a rabbit's nose. Eyes are going to be small. They're kind of in towards the middle. I'm just using some little ovals to kind of give me an idea of where they're at right now. And he's got bushy eyebrows I'm going to have kind of jutting out like so. Now, the body on the Grinch is very skinny at the top, narrow shoulders, dives down. It's almost like a teardrop shape. And at the hips, kind of pears out there and bounces back in, kind of something like that. Again, we're just working real light right now. Some of this may change if we are going along here and we decide, oh, he needs to be wider or skinnier. You have to get something on paper to look at before you can recognize what needs to be changed. Sometimes you hit it the first time out of the gate, and that's great. Right now, he's looking pretty good already. So, I'm just going to use some simple lines for legs. Really, this is about length and where they're going to be positioned on the bottom of his body there. And his feet, I'm just going to do some basic triangles. He's going to have some whirly-doos for toes. And shoulders, I'm just going to put a couple little circles for where his shoulders are. I'm going to have his arms kind of behind his back like so. And I'll probably have some tufts of hair on his elbows. And it's going to be something like so. And I'm going to have the Grinch wearing a scarf. This Grinch is going to be a little bit more based on the newer version. And his scarf is going to be going like that, kind of blowing in the wind here. So just squiggly lines, no rules there. You can do whatever you want with this. And I'm going to have this other part of his scarf going like that. Real rough, as you can see. I'm going to have him doing kind of one of his creepy smiles. Like so. Okay, I think I like my proportions and everything right now, so I'm going to go ahead and move into a little bit firmer pressure and start really detailing the Grinch out here. So I'm going to start right up here on his face with the eyebrows. So eyebrows, I'm going to have him kind of scowling. Again, real bushy. So I'm going to have it shoot out like so. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. They don't have to be exactly the same. Nothing usually is, so just like that, little line there. And let's finish this off. Now let's go up to his tuft of his hair. Doing that kind of stuff because you can do this in whatever shape you want. Kind of shoots up off the top of his head. Now for this smile we got going on here. Kind of dives back down towards his neck. We'll get that up there. There's little creases for his cheeks. Kind of going to a point right there. That's kind of representing his chin. Doesn't really have much of a chin, but that's kind of what I think. Now, he does have some hair, kind of a furry face. That's the thing about the Grinch. His whole body is kind of furry. And the scarf around his neck. Let's have going like that. Now let's go ahead and do the shoulders. Shoulders, he's got like this tuft of fur, almost like a little mini mane around the top of his shoulders. So I'm going to just kind of have some fur jutting out like that off his shoulders. And going down to his arms, a little more fur on my Grinch down here at the elbows. Just because that's the way I envision it. And this is where his armpits connect and start shooting down his body. And a little fur there. You can just throw those little zags in there anywhere along the lines on the outside of your Grinch, just to give that representation of having a furry body. Okay, that's kind of how my Grinch is looking so far. His belly, got kind of a pot belly here. Now the legs, he's got real skinny legs. I'm gonna do real skinny legs, a little tuft of fur down there at the ankles, like that. A little jut out for the knee, real subtle. And now to the feet. I'm just going to keep those simple triangles, and I'm going to have those little whirly-doos at the ends of his toes. Now, one of the things about drawing the Grinch, you notice there's a lot of kind of sketch, more sketch type motions going on. That's just because of all the fur on his body. Okay, now let's get this scarf figured out. So, coming out right here. I'm gonna have his scarf be all tattered. I don't think the Grinch really cares a whole lot about his attire. So, it's probably really old. Probably hasn't bought a scarf in a while. The ends are gonna be tattered like so. We'll do that here with the other one. There's no rules on that. However you think a tattered scarf looks, just go for it. I do a lot of jagged edges and notches when I'm doing it. And some creases coming out from where the scarf attaches to the neck. Just some lines to give me an idea of the pattern I'm going to do on my Grinch here. I'm going to throw a couple little, when I ink him, I'll detail that out. So at this point, I'm pretty satisfied with my Grinch. I'm going to add some little lines here for kind of, oh, you know what? I'm going to kind of fill in. I'm going to have the mane he has kind of going towards the middle and into a peak there. And at this point, I would say I am ready to start inking this guy. So I'm going to use a bold marker. Today I'm using a Prismacolor brush pen. It's got two ends. I'm going to use the small, no, I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use this one here. And I'm just going to go around the outside of my Grinch with the bold. It's just, you don't have to do that. You could use a finer tip on your whole drawing. I just like to have some variation in my line work, and I really like the look of the bold outline on my drawing. So I'm gonna do that now. Go ahead and get your bold and let's do that. Okay, done outlining my drawing. I'm gonna now take a finer tip marker and I'm gonna go through the interior of my drawing now and trace over the details within, and finish up the eyes and the mouth and those things there. So go ahead and get your fine tip marker or pen and let's do this. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add on to the ends of his tattered scarf here. All I'm doing, see, and you notice I did this on the fur and stuff on him. I like to go through with my fine tip and extend the points on these things because you really can't do that with the bold. And that's just something I like to do. If you don't like the look of that, don't do it. I just like to do it, and that's a style thing. So if you want to, you can go around, kind of extend the points on them. It just gives them kind of a tattered look. And I don't know. I think the Grinch, he's not really all about personal hygiene either. So yeah, I'm going to kind of extend out some threads coming off the scarf here. This gives it a really kind of unique, rough look, and I really like it. So you can do that now if you'd like. I'm just about done, and we're going to move on to erasing. So go ahead and get your erasers ready, and let's erase the pencil lines that we used to get us to this point, and then we'll be able to see our drawing a little more clearly and go back through with a fine tip and just add some last minute details. So go ahead and get your eraser and let's do that now. Excellent. Now I can see things much better. I'm going to go through and clean a couple things up. You may not have any work to do. I can just see some things on mine that either I didn't ink or maybe even got kind of faded when I erased just now. So I'm going to go back through and just kind of clean it up a little bit and enhance some of the areas that maybe I forgot before. So you can take your fine tip, and actually this is going to be really quick. You'll notice too when I inked, I added these lines here to kind of represent stripes. The newer Grinch, they've added kind of these stripes to them, which I think look really cool. So I went ahead and added those to my Grinch now, and honestly, I'm really liking the way this Grinch looks. The only thing I'm going to do is maybe add a few more hatch marks like on the underside of his face there to represent shading. Maybe underneath the mane here on his shoulders. Maybe a little bit here in his elbows and on the underside of his arms. And here at the bottom of his stomach and his legs. That's about it. I already did some down here under his feet. And let's go ahead and sign our drawing. I'm pretty pleased with this guy. So I'm going to sign right down here. Don't forget the date. Boy, wow, it's the 8th already. Time flies. It's going to be Christmas before you know it.
Okay, there's my Grinch. He looks good. Can't wait to color him. I hope you guys had fun drawing your Grinch with me today. I'm always looking for feedback, so if there's anything that you'd like to see us do better, different, suggestions on what to draw, please leave us a comment in the comments section on our videos, or reach out to us on Instagram. You can find us on there at Wild Style Kids. I'd love to see your Grinch drawings. Tag us on Instagram if you can get your parents to share it with us, or you yourself. Just tag us at Wild Style Kids and add the hashtag Wild Style Kids so that we can find it and share it with everybody on there. And that pretty much does it for me. I'm going to color this guy now. I'm going to speed it up for that part, but I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!